just a little behind the curtain talk here. I actually tried to shoot a review tonight outside of this bedroom floor setting. It didn't work out very good. I couldn't get the lighting to work right. There were J.J. Abrams lens flares all over the fucking place. Audio sounded good. I had it just patching directly into my camera, so there was that, but everything else looked like shit. So the first time ever, there is a review that will not see the light of day because it has been purged from my camcorder and from my laptop. To be honest, it wasn't that fantastic a review anyway. Hopefully this one is a little bit better. We have Funky Buddha, Fire in the Hole. It is a red ale with raspberries and habanero added. It is, I believe, 5.4% ABV. Yes, that is true. This is part of their Little Buddha small batch series. And to read from the bottle here, we spit hot fire, pull the pin, count to 4, and get ready to feel an explosion of sweet raspberry and spicy habanero flavor. No need to worry about collateral damage or capsaicin shrapnel since this red ale has just enough malt to strike a perfect balance between fruity, sweet, and spicy, making it the jam to your jelly, baby. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of red ales, but it's not always my first choice. If there's a variety pack I get and there's a red ale in there, I'll drink it. I'll usually drink it first to kind of get it out of the way for the rest of the beers that I much more prefer. There's occasionally a red ale that I found that I like. This beer was actually recommended to me by a friend on Instagram. I saw she had posted a picture of it, and I asked how it was because I had seen it at a local shop, and she raved about it. So if this is bad, I'm blaming her. So let's crack this bottle open. It's got a nice aroma to it. Oh, and new drinking glass. And for anybody that wants to get on me about using shaker pints, fuck you. I like them, okay? They're fine. I don't care if I'm not using the proper glassware for every type of beer. I just happen to have a lot of shaker pints. This one I got from a Reddit Gifts Exchange. And you will probably see what the laser etching is on it once the beer actually gets to that spot. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you might be able to see the Grand Rapids Griffins logo. I got another one that has the Red Wings logo along with matching coasters. Very awesome. So I'd like to thank my Reddit Gifts hockey match for that. Fucking awesome. You know, and it's funny, I'm not getting as much raspberry on the nose once it's out of the bottle. Seems like it almost channeled it more from that small opening. I'm not getting the spice, but I wouldn't have expected to pick up the spice. Let's take a taste and see what this red ale does for me. Oh, you know what? I may have found a red ale I really like. The raspberry is nice. The habanero is fantastic without being palate killing. I've had some chili beers that the spice they add to it, it burns your tongue up, which is not a good thing you want. What was it? Twisted Pines, Ghostface Killer. A beer that every beer drinker should probably try at least once, but it's a beer you're never going to want to have again. It's one of those for the experience because it barely tastes like a beer. You're drinking fire. And it's interesting in that respect, but again, not something you really want to go back to. Although now that I'm talking about it, I'm considering going back to it just to remind myself. There are beers like that. There's another beer, and you know what? That actually reminds me. I don't think I've seen it down here in Florida. But I can't remember the brewer of it. It's called Pizza Beer. And they actually add a, like a bruschetta pizza or something like that to the mash. And as gross as that may sound, it's actually really, really tasty. The garlic comes out really nice. The basil comes out really nice. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've seen that down here in Florida. I'm actually kind of bummed that I didn't have one last chance to have that in Jersey. But if you ever see that and you're adventurous, try it out. You got to be adventurous sometimes with these beers. There are people that would not go near a beer with habanero like this one, and they very well may be missing out. I would potentially avoid beers because, you know, it's a red ale. I like the raspberry, I like the habanero. Do I typically like red ales? No. But this red ale I actually like because it's done in a flavor profile that works for me. Oh. That tart sweetness of the raspberry hits first, and then the spice of the habanero follows immediately afterwards. And they are dancing in complete unison. It is phenomenal. Wow. I'm very happy with this one. I may have to get another bottle of this. I actually, my last review, the Funky Buddha Last Snow, I had to go out and grab myself a couple more bottles of that. In fact, the ABC that was selling it, limited 2 bottles, they were actually surprised that it's not flying off the shelves this year like it did last year. Maybe people just haven't caught on that it's around yet. I don't know. So one more sip here. Oh, it is just eminently drinkable. The alcohol level is perfect. A 5.4, very drinkable, not too heavy. The malt level is really nice. The raspberry, like I said, not too sweet, not too tart. It doesn't overwhelm the habanero. The habanero doesn't overwhelm the raspberry. This is, I'm not gonna say it's a perfect beer, but for what they did with this at Funky Buddha, this is a perfect result, I'd say. What they were intending to do, they got it. They fucking nailed it. This is one I'm definitely buying again. So check it out. Funky Buddha, Fire in the Hole Red Ale with raspberry and habanero added, 5.4% ABV. If you like red ales and you like raspberry and you like habanero, or if you're not even sure and you're just feeling adventurous, take it from me. This one is fucking awesome. With that, I'll see you guys for the next review.